copyright, fair use. Creative Commons, it's a lot of new technical terms. It's not really hard terms, but you know, the meanings behind them, you know, even just to look at all the detail that's linked with copyright laws. When you look at a chart, it's even hard, you know, just to follow the chart, let alone to be able to understand it. And you know, through all these readings that I'm doing and videos that I'm watching and hearing other people's points of view on them, I'm starting to understand it. I particularly liked a fair use tale. That was very clever. Because it's a whole bunch of remixed, cut up things, you know, I really had to pay attention to it and listen to every word, because some of the words flow nicely, and you know, it was like, you know, it was meant to be together, and then some of them, you know, I had to like really think about what they were trying to say and how they were trying to put it together. But I thought it was very creative. Not only that, you know, the irony of using Walt Disney's work, because, you know, Disney's so ready to sue and create lawsuits because somebody's using their work is pretty substantial, because it's creating a point in itself. So, I mean, like I said, through all the readings and the remix manifesto, the fairly used tale, and the other video, Steal This Film, I think it was called. I'm starting to understand it. Whether or not I would actually, you know, I mean, through this class I'm going to be able to use this information, but other than this class, you know, whether the information is relevant to me, not being, you know, creative, quote-unquote person, is probably not going to be very relevant. But, you know, I guess if, you know, I ever ended up on Jeopardy, you know, I'd have this information in the back of my head to be able to go by. So, oh goodness, I guess, you know, it's starting to make sense to me now. But hopefully by the end of the semester, you know, I'll be able to use it and maybe, you know, be like Girl Talk one day and be able to manipulate all the rules and be able to use stuff to my own advantage. RIP, a remix manifesto. How to summarize it? Well, to start off, I think Girl Talk is pretty creative. I mean, to take not even a whole second of a song and be able to create the music that he was able to create with it is beyond anything I think I could ever do. Not only that, you know, make a career out, well, almost make a career out of it. He could make a career out of it. However, he can't because of copyright laws. And, you know, I think, you know, I'm kind of on the fence about copyright laws and Creative Commons, because in a way, you know, I understand where people and groups like Metallica are coming from. You know, they put so much money into producing and, you know, developing and creating their work, and, you know, they should get recognized for, you know, their work that they do and all the, you know, yeah, exactly, just that, all the work that they have put into everything. You know, it's not just something, you know, done in a garage and, you know, that's their living, that's their career. Just the same as, you know, a lawyer makes their career. You don't, you know, if you're in a law firm, you don't take somebody else's work and take somebody else's research and go, you know, use that for your argument in a court. You know, it's their right to, you know, be able to fight for that. That's their product and that's their work that they did. So I kind of agree with copyright laws. If it was me and I created something, I would want recognition for it, and I would want somebody to, you know, pay me my what I deserve from it, because, it was my money that created it and produced it, and my thoughts. So, I mean, I agree. I think there should be copyright laws. At the same time, I think, it should be able to, like, groups should be able to give some kind of leeway to where we're leading towards more Creative Commons, that, people should be able to use their work, and, it is something that's getting their work out there. But, like I said, it's a hard line to cross, because you're going with things that are, it's a fine line. It's a very fine line to have to choose a side to where you're at. I think, I'm very fortunate I don't have to have that battle and deal with, people taking my work. I guess it's a good thing that, I don't have a career. However, as an aspiring teacher, I would, as an aspiring teacher, believe not to reinvent the wheel, to, if there's things out there, use them. Use your resources and work towards them and readjust them to fit your needs. So I guess, every situation's different. But, he makes a pretty good argument, and he is pretty much, for lack of better words, a genius. He was able to create this movie and get his work out there that's copyrighted work, that's really not legal for him to put out there, but he was able to put it out there by, twisting and bending the rules and taking advantage of the fair use law. And yeah, I think he's pretty smart. He started with half a second, a little bit more than half a second of somebody's work, created his own work, and was able to promote that. He's pretty smart. He was able to go around the rules and, get his work out there. And his fan base is, I'm sure, a ridiculous amount for somebody that, used somebody else's work. And like I said, I can understand where, the actual producers and people that, where he got his work from, or should be angry, or not so much angry, but have a sense of concern for it, because it is their work. And if he's not putting it out there to recognize that it's somebody else's work, I mean, he's putting out there that it is somebody else's work, but he's trying to, he said it himself in the video that if it was to be an option for him to make a career out of it, he would be making a career out of somebody else's work. And I don't know if that's too fair, even for fair use.